Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 19 Week 2 Day 4. So today, what are we going to be messing with? We got ourselves a ton of Underspire to go do. We have not touched it yet this week and we're about to touch it a lot. As far as Underspire is concerned, it's pretty much the same restriction that we have for the World events. Not exactly, but it's effectively the same team. It's Pride Lands. Biggest downside of this restriction is we are not allowed to run Wand or any similar weapon. However, we still have access to most the same overall strategy. The biggest other thing that we're kind of missing is, of course, the troop doesn't have, 5 times damage to everything. It doesn't have its double magic because we're not going to be able to use it here. Plus, it doesn't even have its double magic, even if we were to use it here. So we are probably going to go down the Bastet route, though for the earlier fights, we might go for a burst team. I can't remember if I set up my lower rarity one to be bursty. Wait, that's not the right one. That's for the red event. No, he did not. I might have to adjust this slightly for the super low end. Because it's actually really slow for the super low end. So we might have to do an in-between team, and then once we get to the later fights, we start running that team. But regardless, we also have Clash Trial, so might as well clear that out real quick. If I could click on the right class, we have the Sunspear class event. We're just running this with weapon into just mana accumulation. And that should be all we need for this. So we'll just grab that, put this right in here, and start rolling with them for our free 25 gems. And as per usual, it says, no, you cannot run that weapon, but yes, you very much can. You are allowed to use any weapon for this mode. It just is very confused ever since they tried changing it. Ever since they tried fixing it and then didn't fix it. But anyways, hello Bill, hello Isabel. Hello, Mark. Hello, Jets. Hello, Draco. Hello, Chad, and thank you for the continued generous support you've been giving so much lately. Thank you so much. Helps out a lot and is greatly appreciated. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, Chad. Hello, Crisp. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Draco, and hello, everyone else. Welcome. Okay, so what do we need? Mana. What's the best way? We'll try forward over there. Of course, we already got our Val Raven. Got to make sure none of them escape here is probably the biggest thing, as you will guarantee get enough Val Ravens. It's more so a matter of making sure they don't run away. Which definitely can happen. Doesn't happen too often. I don't think we lost our 10 gems for a while. However, if it does run away, we do lose 10 gems. Technically some XP too if we didn't already have the class max. But it's mostly the 10 gems. It's not a huge amount, but honestly for the time, it's still kind of worth doing this. Class event has always been scaled in a way that it could really use a rework though. The rewards for it have always been pretty underwhelming. The other thing that's always been kind of ironic about it is it's not even the best way to like level hero classes. You'd expect like a class event to be like, okay, now's the time that you go level this class. And it'll be efficient to do so. But nope, that's not the case. You can earn a little bit of XP towards it, but relative to how many you need, it is a pretty small amount. Especially with how the gem scale. You have to spend like 250 gems in order to get all rewards, and all you get for all rewards is like, what, 2 orbs? 1 orb? Which is an exceedingly dated reward, especially for that cost. I'm kind of surprised they haven't adjusted it. It's one of those things like Treasure Hunt where it's like, yeah, probably should have been adjusted like 5+ years ago. They'll get around to it eventually. This here is definitely very PvP focused, that's for sure. And next patch should be probably in August? Like early, probably mid-August is the most likely time for next patch. Unless they're doing a smaller patch in between them. Next substantial patch is likely in August. So you still got a little ways away. That's like potentially 2 months if it's later August. Obviously it's going to be something else, most likely PvP related, as most of them have been lately. I think we'll probably have like 3 more PvP patches before they're done messing with PvP for a while. Because we still don't have the season system, we still don't have the other currency, we still don't have the rework to the shops yet, as far as like how all the marks work and everything. Because silver marks currently have no purpose beyond getting all the pets. And while gold marks do have a good sync, silver marks do not. And obviously we don't have any for the third currency yet, because it doesn't even exist yet. But it will soon TM. Oh yeah, I haven't heard anything yet on the emotes yet, but those are soon TM as well. Speaking of soon TM. We'll see how those came out. What do we need here? I'm gonna make a bet. What's gonna happen is when I go on my trip to see family next week, or later next week, is it gonna be exactly the time the artist sends me the next drafts? I'm willing to make a bet. Like, literally the second I'm at the airport, I will see a message that has them all there. And then we'll have to wait a week to go show them. Oh, so this is still the only thing I use Dawnbringer for. Technically in a team like this, the Ruby weapon, I believe, is slightly better when you need a double cast. So it's worth considering just completely overhauling for Ruby weapon. Might even do it for once. We're getting pretty close to Ruby weapon being a thing. But one thing Ruby weapon is really good for if you're not doing like a gold farm team or something similar, or a true damage team in general. It is actually absurdly good for Thursday class events, assuming you have a mana link into it. And or good mana accumulator into it, as it itself gains even more mana. Not necessarily as much as something like a Stellarix or something. You know, enough mana to kind of get things going again. Sometimes even the full mana, though not as often. This is one of the few times where it's pretty solid. I believe it uses blue, right? You know what, let's just use it for once. Might as well. It's coming up. It's still technically a money-locked weapon. Only really big downside it has is it's a it's a 2 higher mana cost than Dawnbringer. Which means if you only need a 1 cast, it's actually worse than Dawnbringer. But double casts and such, it's better. Also, it actually still one-shots this range. I forgot about that too. But yeah, Ruby weapon, I will probably start showing like every single time once it's finally available for free-to-play. Like, almost every single Thursday or Monday video that goes over the teams, they're almost always going to mention the Ruby weapon. Oh, of course, you could just one-to-one replace it with whatever you have, Dawnbringer being the next one down. Any of, like, those full AoE cheap ones that you get from hero classes being the next one down. It does use slightly different mana. I almost just took a yellow there being like, oh yeah, that'll feed it full mana. This is one of the few things it's really good for, the Ruby weapon. That and true damage teams. That and gold farming teams. Yeah, I've been trying not to use it too much over the last, like, half a year. Not because it's bad, but because it is still money locked. Only one of its 3 pieces have rotated. But we are getting very close to the point where it will be available to everyone. I keep taking yellow thinking it uses yellow. I keep taking Dawnbringer mana. It's almost Dawnbringer mana, the main difference being that it uses brown instead of yellow. Which is actually a good thing. Oh, I just did it again! But that's actually a good thing, because that means you could barrier brown hero class for it, whereas Dawnbringer can't do that. Though in all fairness, Dawnbringer already has so much barrier that that doesn't really matter. But if you happen to be running barrier brown hero class, you do get that benefit from running running this, because you actually get to use the browns. Yeah, I believe this was the final one. So hello, Anderson! Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. This is not enough to one-shot, but that is. Or maybe it is. I actually forget how much that scales based on. I think it's like 3-to-1 based on all enemy HP or something. It was actually used way back when, that one Shadowhunter thing. Though these days has kind of fallen off a bit. Anyways, don't forget, of course, every single day to be doing your daily for the bear. We went over it last night. It's okay. It's basically, if you don't have Takshaka, you 1-to-1 replace every single one you have with Ember Claw. Or every one you don't have, I should say. So if you need a team with 2 of them and you have 0, put 2 of this on your team. If you have 1 but need like 2 or 3, well, replace the other ones that would have been Takshaka with Ember Claw. I would say it's worse than Takshaka, but perfectly adequate as a replacement. And basically means you technically only need 1 Takshaka now. It's still beneficial to have 2, 3, stuff like that. But it's definitely a lot easier to get away with one now that Ember Claw exists. This is basically just weaker Takshaka. But if you have Takshaka, use Takshaka. Is Spirit Mina a viable substitute for Firelink? Yes. Generally speaking, when it comes to Thursday class events, literally anything. Doesn't matter what their ability is. It just matters if they have Link or if you can get a mana accumulation from them. The only time you really run anything different is if they have a really good damage source. Especially if you don't have some of the better weapons. You might have a better damage source within the kingdom. But sometimes they also just have one like the Celestial Dragon or something. Because ideally what you want to look for is an Empower that's really good for mana. And if they don't have that, then a bunch of mana links. Basically anything that you can get your weapon going pretty much immediately to go win. Or damage source better than the weapon that you have. Though a lot of times it's best just to run hero weapon for those. Especially if you have the best ones. Like the Ruby, Dawnbringer, Duskbringer. But even Black Manacle is adequate for most of them. Ah, there's our daily gems. I would say we haven't gotten one of those objectives for a while, but we actually did. It's just I didn't even realize it happened. Last Vault weekend, during the day, when I was verse grinding, we actually had a 100 gem day where we had to kill like 150 of a color. But I kind of forgot about it because I did it off stream before we even started to stream. Oh wow, we have a really good adventure board today. We're already going to do some 5 PvP battles, so we don't have to go out of our way at all. Oh yeah, yesterday we had none, which means we only have an alliance fight to go do today. We should have 2 outer rings to choose from. Hopefully nothing too annoying today. We technically could have checked in advance to see, but I don't know, we'll find out when we get there. Given that every single one gets voted in these days, I highly doubt it's anything too annoying. Multiple Ember Claw may pick the same purple gem to convert. Oh! Does it? I didn't notice that. Though in all fairness, most of my Ember Claw teams were only using 1, not multiple. That's interesting. I did not notice that when I was using 2 or 3. Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a downgrade to him. The other thing that's kind of bad is that he only converts purple. And the main thing that's bad about that is you can never have 3 purples next to each other, unlike normal random gems. So it's a lot harder for you to get alignment on it. Also, of course, it only counts as 4 colors instead of 6, which also makes it harder to get alignment. If everything works optimally and every single one of them gets destroyed, it is technically more often than not more mana than Takshakas. The problem is it doesn't do that consistently. Maybe like 1 in 10 turns when you get mana. On average, you're getting way more mana from 2 or 3 Takshaka than you will from 2 or 3 Ember Claw. But no, he's a great alternative, though. And the best part is, he's basically free. If you spend nothing towards the event and just put it all towards the bear, you can get him. And just get 3 copies of it. In the future, he'll be pretty easy to get. He's a legend, but you know. It's generally not too hard to get Kingdom Legends. Not the easiest of things to get, but you know, you'd eventually get them. Not to mention you can event key for it in the next Nexus event. Hello, Jets! Welcome, welcome. Hey, pretty nice adventure board today. Very cool. Invasion, did I do this yet? No, I did not. How's the guild doing? Good job, guild. You're carrying hard. Oh yeah, El Loco's back. I was like, wait, why does our number feel so high? I see why. El Loco's back from vacation. It's such a difference between when he's here and not here. He did like 0 the last 2 or 3 weeks because he was away. Now that he's back, he's just absolutely demolishing it. It's like a complete 180 from being that like 0 score to being our highest contributor. Which is just kind of funny. But you can really notice it in our score. We're way more advanced forward than we would have been the other week. House Invasion's just pretty easy too, so a lot of people are getting all their points in. It's not one of those modes like a journey event or something where you lose a lot of your score potentially. Getting max score in this mode is pretty free. This is based on how many towers you kill, and the only thing that really lowers your points is if you lose a battle, or if you lose a Valhalla. Those are the only two things that can lower your points. Oh, also, not using this troop, it does give double score. So do make sure it's on your team. But you'd be wanting to use it anyways because it's so strong. I said hello, Imperial. If I didn't already say hi, welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Yeah, this week has still felt really off to me for some reason. My whole schedule this week has just felt slightly off. The worst part is I'll start getting back into schedule starting next week. It'll be like, yeah, everything's back to normal, and then I'm going to be away for a week. And everything's going to be off schedule again. Not with the channel or anything, just in general. Alright. We'll throw a poke over there. Though we will have a week of no streams during that time. So I guess that does affect the channel. I'm leaving next week Saturday. Not this week, but next week Saturday. We'll be gone from Saturday to Saturday pretty much. So before I go, I will try to cover the Monday video on Saturday, like 3 days ahead of time or 2 days ahead of time. I won't be able to cover everything because we don't know a lot of stuff until the day of, which is why we recorded the day of. However, as much as we do know, we'll go over. And we're also probably getting a mythic within that time. For whatever reason, it's not in the spoiler threads yet. Hopefully it will be soon. Let's check there wasn't a mythic for next month, though there obviously is. I guess this just wasn't up on Terran's World yet. That or I was very blind when I was trying to find it. It was just staring us down. Who will fill the time slot? I have no clue. Someone probably will. No, it's mine when I come back. I will take that over. I'm not sure why. I keep thinking she does yellow to skull for some reason. I don't know why. Every time I cast her, I think it's yellow to skull and not brown to skull. And I really don't know why I think it's that way. But every time I keep casting, I'm doing it based on yellow alignment. Which is not what she does. Oh yeah, we don't have Enrage on this team, do we? I don't have a good way of dealing with these towers other than hit them. We definitely want to prioritize spell casting on them, which you always want to do. Always prioritize spell casting on the brown-blue ones. Especially on weeks where you don't have Enrage or a similar mechanic to hit through their score reduction. Because otherwise you're hitting for absurdly less on them. But your ability actually does full damage. Oh, I should have done the other one first. Now I'm in an awkward situation where I have to kill the other one. Oh, there we go. Genki and Izzy draw straws. Whoever wins gets to do it. Oh, I just read the rest of what Mr. Z said. That's funny. Also, can we not get 3 of the most annoying one? It's not annoying in the sense that we're going to lose to it. It's just annoying in the fact that it takes forever to kill. Did anyone get the White Helm Terror troop from Vault? Which one is that? I forget its name. It might not be in drop table yet if you're trying to get last season's Vault Key, or whatever it was. Because isn't that the one from Whitehelm? I am almost 100% certain that one is not in drop table yet. It's normally 4 to 6 weeks after the event. And we're currently, what, 2 weeks? 3 weeks after the event? So it's at least like another 2 weeks before it's in drop table. But yeah, the Terra card from Whitehelm shouldn't be in drop table yet. Unless someone can mention otherwise. But it shouldn't be in drop table. So don't try going for it yet. There is a chance it is, but it shouldn't be. Alright, we did that, we did that. We did that. Definitely make sure you do that. Don't forget to be doing the summer event every day. Is that one you cannot make up? Oh no, speaking of things we can't make up, we just got cursed silence. Oh, that is horrific. That is the absolute worst combo. Yellow Day is the worst. Why on earth can you be cursed silenced on this day? Is by far the most annoying combo you would ever have to deal with in this mode. Not even close. I'd rather have like 40% stat reduction than curse silence. At some point we get to do a turn. It's so annoying that he keeps getting barriers though. This team's not the greatest at dealing with barriers. Like it has an option to, it's just not the most optimal team for getting rid of them. You have to attack a lot of extra times. At least it has double poke instead of concentrating it all on one target, nothing else. Still not ideal though. We got rid of the annoying barrier, so we should be fine. It's kind of funny because in normal context that troop is completely pointless. Like that one Storm Shield guy. But in this one particular battle, he's actually really annoying. You would never actually use him on your team. But he's just strong enough in that battle to be kind of a nuisance. Also a perfect one to get cleansed, or Stellarix just auto-win the entire fight, as a perfectly balanced troop normally does. The solo Stellarix win. Oh, why did I do that? We already had the mana we needed. Mr. Z creates so much drama, yeah. I know we've been good about never really getting into drama, luckily. But everyone in the Gems of War community is pretty chill. I don't feel like anyone in the Gems of War community would really start drama with each other for any reason. Let's see. Did that. Okay, is that all the things? That felt really quick. Well, other than PvP and Underspire, which are like the two things that are in the title. Well, actually, no, PvP wasn't, but the class event that we already did was. All right, let's go do sweep through PvP real quick. And then we're going to be doing a lot of Underspire. We'll go do PvP, hand out redeem code, and then basically just camp Underspire the rest of the stream. We got a choice between Broken Spire. This is Broken Spire, right? Yeah, Broken Spire. We got Broken Spire and Mech. Well, that's an easy choice. Is that even a question? Which one do we choose? Of course we're going Mech. Gosh, look how much Dark Alliance win by. We're at 90,000. Like, we're triple up on everyone else combined. Okay, maybe not triple. We're definitely at least double up on everyone else combined. Now, what is it for here? I would assume this is less. Yeah, half less. A lot less people doing it here. But even then, we're still more than double up. Let's see, which one's doing the best? Green's doing the best, red's doing the worst. Let me check here. Okay. Hey, didn't I mention that this red one would be the worst, too? When I was going through all of them earlier? Because of where it was positioned and everything else. That's kind of funny. I was not expecting green to be the highest, though. I was expecting, or, you know, not counting Dark Alliance. I was expecting yellow to be the second highest, and then green the third. Then this one the fourth, and then that one the fifth. These were the two we got wrong. Apparently everyone likes the Enchanted Grove. And no one likes the light side. Everyone chose the Dark Order. Everyone joined the dark side. I still can't believe how many people went to Dark Alliance initially. Like, we probably influenced it slightly, but it was already kind of going in that direction, like, before we did anything. It's just kind of interesting how much it's winning by. From, like, day one. Even, like, seconds one. Anyways. Score here doesn't really matter, so let's just destroy it with a quick kill mech team. Alright. So, this is mech, so we're allowed to run any weapon. Unlike Broken Spire, where we have to run Broken Spire weapons. So with that being said, Bork, Wand, and double Tina until we get a better option that isn't Tina. And that is the team. And we'll go brown, we'll go mech class, obviously. Let's see, we'll go mech, give everything 50% mana start. Go for a brown yellow, because we need the mana. And we have ourselves a team. Alright, let's go kill everything in like 3 seconds. All we gotta do is get Bork to full mana and then just auto win from there. The only problem with Tina is it does guarantee end its turn. It does so much damage that we can kind of ignore that. Hello, Miss Insane Witch! Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. I'm actually avoiding any team that has their Tina of their own on it. The main reason being is Tina has 50% spell reduction. And even though we're doing true damage so we can bypass the armor that it gains, 50% spell reduction is still kind of hefty. Even on its own without the extra armor. So whenever we can avoid it, we do want to avoid it. It just makes the battles go slightly quicker. At some point we'll get a turn. And when we do, we win. Yeah, it's so weird that these points mean basically nothing. The point system that this mode has. Because it's basically just for leaderboard. It's technically also for your alliance winning, but is it in question which alliance is winning? So the only thing it's really for is leaderboard. And the only way you can make leaderboard is if you spend money. So the points are pointless if you are not spending money. Which is most people. Technically, the 6th battle is also pointless, assuming you won the other 5. I still do it just because why not? I like to think it's doing something. But it actually does nothing. Alright, we're gonna have to multicast. I forgot he has an infinite reduction pretty much. Nothing an extra cast won't handle. Oh, so why is our weakest team the highest one? Oh, that's a big miss. I just realized we have giant gems. It's a lot of giant gems. I was like, wait, what's creating all these giant gems? And then I realized, like, oh, it's just the course effect. That's match. If ever let me cast. He did a surprisingly high amount of damage to us. I was not expecting to nearly die there. Ah, there we go. Let's see, how bad's the leaderboard? I want to check something. Where do you check it? Alliance, leaderboard. Why? How? That's so weird. But yeah, getting top 100 means nothing here too, by the way. Otherwise, we probably actually would try. Only top 3 get reward for reasons I do not know. So if you're not one of these 3, you don't get anything. So all these other ranks are completely pointless. Like, I would try for these if they actually meant something. But, like, 83rd place is not getting anything. 70th isn't getting anything. Like, all these positions don't get anything. It's just the people who spend the most money. This is impossible to get that high with, $0. Oh, 5 more days we get the next little thingy. Oh, this might be when we start getting gold marks, right? No, not quite. This should be the last one we get silver. And hopefully from there we start getting gold marks for our loyalty. So we still gotta wait like 2 more weeks. Pretty much when we get back from break. Seeing family. Might have that extra boost. Oh yeah, the lucky lamp thing is pointless. Don't ever get that. What's this? Hero booster? That's also pointless. Don't do that. Let's see. Anyways. Let's go finish PvP. So we did the alliance fights, but I still need to go get our 3 Valhawks. We do have purple blood frenzied. Let's see, how are we doing? We need points. I don't want to farm it on purple though. How about this? I will actually go farm VP this week once we get a bloodthirsty blue. But until we get bloodthirsty blue this weekend, I am ignoring that mechanic. Also, we're done with testing Ember Claw. It's back to Takshakas. Oops, I did the other way around. Whoops. Takshaka. But yeah, back to Takshaka build. We tried the bear for a little while. He wasn't bad. But I don't see a reason to use him if you have the alternative. Unless you're under restriction like Nexus or something. In which case is going to be very, very, very good. But outside of certain restrictions, as far as when you're allowed to use anything, if you have Takshakas, you should be using Takshakas. Oh, what am I doing? I already had win condition. Actually, no, that's correct, because I was frozen. Or because he was buried, I mean. Otherwise, Takshaka would have not have killed. I mean, Stilurx would not have killed. Yeah, after we finish out PvP, we'll go hand out code and then camp Underspire the rest of the night. Until we pretty much run out of sigils. I might not do all of them. We'll definitely do up to Zone 4, I think. And tomorrow night, we got Bounty Hunter! Which, we're going to be using the same strategy we have been for a while now. I'm going to buy up to, like, tier 5 or so. Use the 3 team the whole time with the Bounty Captain. Oh, we'll probably use Stilurx as our damage source. We could spice it up and put something else there. But realistically, it's probably going to be Stilurx. You know what it's going to be already. They'll run like Ogress, Stilurx, anything into Bounty Captain. Not anything, just being whatever mana accumulator we want to run. Generally, it's not going to get any mana anyways because Stilurx is blocking it. Ideally, we would want to make it a mana link, so we have at least one color we get extra mana for. So brown or green mana link could be pretty good there. I think I've been using that thing that looks like Bambi, that one deer. Because I believe it creates a bunch of green and has +1 green link, which feeds into Ogress. We're generally never casting it, but it feeds +1 green to Ogress to get his mana going. Which works good because I think I normally run like a +2 brown, +1 green banner. And that allows you to +2/+2 into Ogress. Which is your main mana accumulator to get Stilurx running. Just of course we can't run an army of Takshaka behind it, as that would greatly reduce our score. So we gotta use bounty captains as our, or bounty troops as our mana accumulators. Which is not that big a deal though. It's not that much slower. It's actually kind of insane how quick Bounty Hunter is in the current state of the game. I'm pretty sure we could finish the entirety of Bounty Hunter tomorrow night. Not counting whatever other sigils we need across the weekend. Oh, we can use up every single last one we have. Probably in an hour. I do find it kind of funny that Bounty Hunter has kind of come for full circle. Because the meta when Bounty Hunter first came out was to use one good troop with 3 Bounty Hunter troops. Then for quite a while it became, oh, it's finally strong enough, like we have enough player stats to run 4 Bounty troops, so let's start running 4 Bounty troops. But now it is coming completely full circle where the meta has shifted back to running 3 Bounty troops. Just because the damage sources have gotten so much quicker that it outweighs the extra score. You still have to do the 4 bounty method if you want to maximize your score, like for leaderboard or stuff. But you just save so much time from not doing that these days. Because initially you had to do the 3-1 method because the bounty troops themselves weren't really strong enough to get it done otherwise. And then once they were, you did it because it was like, oh, score, and you can make leaderboard for like 75 gems in an orb. But then 75 gems in an orb has become such a low reward that has now come full circle that, yeah, it's better just save an hour or 2 and just run Stellar there or something. Or Tesla or whatever you have. Yeah, the rewards are a bit dated. It is actually possible to lose value depending on what you get from your major orbs. It is still an event that gives you a lot of major orbs, which has always been one of the main gimmicks of it. But yes, it is dated enough where if you get unlucky enough, you will lose value if one of your 2 major orbs isn't something good. You gotta get at least a major purple from them to basically break even. With profit being if you get a major blue. Though these days, this late in the game is not as relevant. Or of course any like the really juicy ones, like a silver orb, a gold orb, a major pet orb. But yeah, it is actually possible to lose value from fully doing a bounty hunter event in the current state of the game. Unless you do the free battles, of course, which means you'll never lose value. I don't know, I still like doing it, though. It takes like an hour for 2 major orbs and a few other knick-knack loot. It's not like we're using the gems for anything else at the moment. It's definitely like one of the first things I would say as a newer player you'd probably skip on, though. Like, you should be doing Underspire, like, buy-ins every single week before you even consider buying in at all into Bounty Hunter in the current state of the game. They both cost about the same amount, and the reward that you get from Underspire is way, 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 way better. It's also relatively guaranteed from Underspire, whereas a lot of the loot that you get from Bounty Hunter is a lot more luck-based. Yeah, there's a lot of game modes that need a rework. Because the rewards have just gotten kind of dated relative to the current state of the game. It's something I would love to see them just do like a wide sweeping patch on. Is a buff to like every dead minigame. That's dead not because necessarily the gameplay, but is dead because of the currency relevant to it. Catch you later, Mrs. Sandwich. Have a good night. There's just a good handful of them now. Treasure Hunt, Thursday class event, Bounty Hunter, Arena. I feel like I'm forgetting one, if not multiple. To some degree, I would even say Underworld in general. At least once you've completed it. Prior to completing it, it's still worthwhile. But once you fully complete Underworld, its loot is very dated. I believe that is our final Valhalla. Go check and then go hand out code if it is. And unfortunately, I don't think we have reclaimed our top 3 PvP, but I'll worry about that later in the week. I'm not too concerned about it right now. Still got the rest of the week. Yeah, we only reclaimed 4th. I did not retake top 3. But that's a later issue. For now, we'll pretend we did not see that. Anyways, alright, let's go hand our code. And then for the rest of the time, let's go camp some Underspire. And I am actually going to need to use a slightly different team than what I mentioned during the video. Well, we will be using the team mentioned in the video. I do need to go tweak it to have an AoE option for the very low range, of which I'm not even sure if we have one. We're about to find out. What team am I going for? Underspire. But yeah, Rope Dart, Upastet, really good later on. However, we're just starting out, so we're gonna need something a little bit more quick killy for the lower range. It's gonna be really good at the upper range. But let's see, Behemoth? Is it worth trying to build around Behemoth? I might just type in all enemies. Be the easiest way to kind of start looking. Yeah, it's just Behemoth. Do a bunch of damage. Yep, it is just Behemoth. Yep, that is our entire option. Wonderful. We're gonna have to run like the old team of like 2-3 Behemoths on the team. There actually was a meta team back when it got a higher Gem Destroy that ran double Behemoth. It didn't last that long as a meta, but there was a time where double Behemoth was actually a strategy. And we're going back. Because oddly enough, it is actually our best option somehow. Wonderful. There are 0 on power options. Do we have Brown Link? We do. I almost used this on accident for the Thursday class event, but it's a beast. It has to be a Rachka from this place. But for this mode, we actually can get away with it. This will be our nice diverse team. I guess I could technically set hero. But, I don't know, I don't feel like we're getting enough value from it. I don't know, I guess we can get Brown Storm. Wait, what weapon do we have? Do we have like a board clear weapon? Yeah, that. Give me like that into like Titan class or something. I don't want it blocking my mana, but I will put it like right there with a double brown. And then make our banner like brown, blue, and minus whatever we're not using, which is a lot of things. That'd be funny if all the banners were like, nope, minus green or something you're already using. No, we're fine with that. That works. Works perfectly fine. Alright, so game plan. Take brown and blue, click on the giant behemoths, and they all die. We're going to repeat until strategy stops working, and then switch into a better team. Like the one we showed for the video. But for the super early range, this will win quicker. And as Isabel mentioned, if feel free to leave a like on the stream, helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. Thank you, thank you. And the rest of the team, we're just gonna chill here, I guess, the rest of the time. We'll use this until it falls off, and then we'll switch to the real team. But for now, this is the real team. It was weird using double behemoth again. It was really good for about 3 months, back when they increased how much destroy it does. They used to have like a 6 or 8 destroy, and they raised it to 12, which at the time was actually like absurdly good amount of extra mana accumulation relative to what existed in the game at the time. Nowadays, that is basically nothing compared to like Thrall, Marilith, you know, all the mass destroyers. But this was back when magic was way lower. So mass destroy troops were only doing like maybe like 8 or something, or 10. But he got to do 12 with follow-up damage. And the follow-up damage is actually our best damage we have. It's the whole reason we're using him, not even for his 12 destroy necessarily. It is pretty much entirely for his full AoE damage, as pretty much nothing else here does it. So hello, Rob! Welcome, welcome. Now, we're not going to bother going to the triple dead end. It's definitely a later thing. Like, we are going there, just not right now. So we'll leave it be. See if we can actually get it perfect this week. I highly doubt it. But We are on perfect streak right now, so we'll see. But we kind of just stepped our foot into the place. Which I say that. Watch this be double dead end, and it's actually in the triple path. This is not guaranteed to be dead end yet, but I feel like it is, so I'm just gonna go this way. The top path is not, it's not guaranteed to dead end. But I still feel like it will. I actually get to use his weapon for once. What do you explode anyways? Red gems, that makes sense. Go down. Well, we're going right. This is the most down option we have. Oh, it is dead. Oh, of course. No, fine, we'll take the double path. Which I probably should have known just by the fact that it was a double path this early. That something would be going on with it, because it couldn't be merchant. Because merchant's guaranteed for floor 1. You already find it automatically. Hello, Lester! Welcome, welcome. Alright, now if we see a double dead end, it'll truly be a dead end. Oh no, we got fork. We got forked. Our luck with forks have always been pretty bad, but I guess it could technically still be it. I feel like every fork that we ever get is always a double dead end. But we're invested too far to back out now. I would love if we could get full mana, please. How do we take 2 without surging? We have such a high surge chance these days. It always feels weird when we take 2 gems at like 60-something% chance, and it's like, wait, neither of them trigger? Like, obviously it's possible, but this always feels off. Yeah, there it is. That's unfortunate. Well, we did 2 rooms of mistakes so far. There goes attempting for perfect. Not that big a deal, though. I do eventually want to see the all-elusive perfect, though. We've gotten very close multiple times. Never a true perfect. Closest we got was 1 incorrect move of 2 rooms total, but 1 direction total. Kind of like what we have right now, where we went 1 direction incorrectly for 2 rooms. That is the closest we have to a perfect. But eventually. And we will be coming back there to go grab all the dead end rooms. I'm just kind of pushing to the main objectives first. I'll grab all the dead end rooms at the end. Interesting, the double path is the correct way. Ooh, we're beyond the point where we can one-shot. Wow, is this team already falling off? I guess as long as we're still 2-shotting, it's fine. But if we're getting to 3-shot, it's time to bring out Ubistet. And do double kill, double kill. My only concern with running Ubistet team is mana accumulation. Our mana accumulation options, especially when we're running Rope Dart, not the greatest. So this might actually be good all the way to like zone 3 or something. Even if we have to 3-shot. And maybe once we have to 4-shot, we stop using it. It was Ruptor, Ubistet. Not even counting mana accumulation, it's still going to be 4 casts. Compare it to Behemoth right now, where even if it has the 3 casts, you know, that's only 3. Maybe 4, I guess, if you count weapon. So yeah, we could actually run this for quite a while then. Technically, we could run it the whole time as long as it's not dying. Though this guy is a little flimsy. While he does have impervious and a life gain, he has no reduction to go with it. He's a really dated troop in that regard. So even though the premise of him is supposed to be slightly tanky, he is very bad at actually being a tank. At least by modern standards. And that's after his trait got buffed too. His trait used to only be like 6 heal or something, or 6 life. I forget exactly what it was, but it was actually buffed to 10 at one point. It didn't used to be 10 back in the day. But even at 10, it is way too low. I am curious if we're ever going to see final traits that do like percent-based mechanics. Like 5% of something, 10% of something. Because not only does that scale better throughout the entire game, but also scales better into itself. Like if you have an ability that does like 10%, let's say in his case, it'd be 10% gain to your health. So initially, you know, that'd be in this case 13. But then after you gain 13, it'll be 14. But after you gain 14, it'll be 16. And then it just keeps scaling higher and higher and higher. So you gain increasingly more of a benefit from whatever you're doing. I really wish they would add mechanics like that. It is currently a non-existent mechanic. There is no traits that do that at the moment. But it'd be very strong. It might only be mythics that end up getting it ultimately. However, currently none exist. I'm not sure if how the traits work, if they can even code something like that for it. It'd be a really fun mechanic. And they'd always be relevant due to how it scales. It's not like these static numbers that easily become outdated pretty quickly. Especially depending on what game mode you do. Yeah, Behemoth back in the day was actually a meta pick. He was the best troop in the game for about 3 months, and still a relevant troop in the game for about 2 years. Though nowadays you never run him unless you're forced to, like right now. Ah, this double dead end. Well, he came this far, he might as well go for it. Ooh, a legendary one. Now I can have a legendary level of disappointment after we claim this room. Our first dead end room of the week. Alright, place your guesses in now. Are we getting torches or 3 trait stones? Let's see, what's worse? We're gonna get 2 trinkets. We're gonna get torches or 2 trinkets. Ooh, okay. That's not good. But that's higher than the standard I had. It's not good though. But that's far better than the worst that it could have been. Yeah, we got 10 curse runes. For any of you that might be listening. I always try to say it verbally in case anyone's like not watching, or you know, like listening but not watching. I sometimes forget to do that, but I try to say things verbally as well. Yeah, 10 curse runes. Which is far from the worst drop you can get from that, though very far from the best drop you could be getting from that. It's not Nice little middle ground. At least we get to start not disappointed with the Underspire this week. We'll save our disappointment for later in the week. Cursed raisins. If we ever do get a Soulforge rework, it likely will require a lot of curse runes. Though you could probably bypass it with gems. It'd be really expensive to do so. Yeah, as far as a legendary room, as far as gem value, that is one of the better rewards you can get. Ah, we got merchanted. Well, at least that means we can full scout this place pretty comfortably later. I don't feel like it's over here, so I'm gonna go this way. I just realized we might not be able to finish Zone 4 today. We keep having to scout this many out. I was hoping there would be a skull there. Which is why I was waiting. No, no skull. I'm actually surprised how many times I've actually used this weapon this week. It's not bad. It's a pretty standard explodey weapon, but has a surprisingly high amount of usage or useful things they could do this week. This mode being one of them. I think all the cheaper teams I showed this week all used that weapon. I feel like it's over here. But we're not up against wall, right? No, we're far enough away. Another double dead end. Okay, it is that way after all. But we're already over here, might as well go for it.
Mana surge. Mana surge. Mana surge. Mana surge.
We found a tier 1 room, wonderful. That's not ideal.
Mana surge. Mana surge. Mana surge. Mana surge.
Alright, watch this one be the one we actually get it from. Nope. Nothing. Alright, that's my expectation for them. That's what I expect from every single dead end room. Absolutely nothing. We got 5 amethyst crystal thingies, whatever there are. I wish I would have more things to use the jewels for. Use them to craft every weapon in the game and that's it. They're technically used to craft troops, however, they've actually nerfed those for a while now. You used to be able to get a random troop of any rarity from it. It was basically like a gem key drop table, but for a specific color. But for several years now, it's been changed to... It gives you 1 of 8 troops from common to epic rarity. So no longer can you get legends or mythics from it. But you actually used to be able to for about a year or two, way back when. Yeah, you use them for deed books, but you're never going to have enough writs and or deeds in the current state of the game to use all your extra jewels. It is a really good use for them, but the rate at which you get jewels is way, 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 way absurdly higher than the rate at which you get deeds and deed-related material. At least currently. Maybe it could be bottlenecked by it at some point, but I'm very doubtful we will ever get a deed rate that high that we'd be bottlenecked by jewels. As we'd have to be getting like 10 times as many more as we're getting now. Which I'm pretty sure is never going to happen. The rate at which we get them is going to like slowly increase in time, but definitely not like 10 times higher than we're getting now. I don't think we're ever going to get that many deeds. Unless they really overhaul how that system works. I do feel like out of any one currency in this game right now that they give slightly too little of, it's definitely deed-related material. I think the biggest issue with it is the best infinite farm methods for it are really bad. The best way to infinitely farm deeds in the current state of the game is to buy them 50 gems apiece from spamming Explore. Of any level, though, the lower the better, because it mostly just matters how quick you kill a battle. And you don't really get that many, and it costs you gems the entire time as you're doing it. It's not like you're actually just getting the material for free. Well, unless you find it for gold, in which case it is pretty much free. Anytime you find them for gems, it's very much not free. They're like 50 gems each. The gold ones are, though. They're like 20,000 gold. Also, we just got... Oh, never mind. It's guaranteed. I was like, wait, we just got an epic Volkey from that. It's like, wait, never mind. That's guaranteed from that fight, isn't it? Anyways. I was just talking about gnomes for a second, so I was like, wait, gnome? No, not a gnome. It's impossible to actually even get gnomes in this game mode. You're really hurting for medals? Yeah, I've actually run out. I need to start playing Explore 12 again. After we upgrade Pride Lands, once we get enough red deed books, I'm actually going to be out of deeds. I mean, not deeds, out of, what are they called? Whatever they're called, medals. We're going to be out of medals for the first time ever, since the mechanic existed since, like, 2019. So the first time in 5 years, after 5 years, we're finally going to run out of medals for the first time. It has actually not happened a single time in 5 years, but we're finally about to, due to not playing Explore 12 that much the last 2 years. Yeah, it took 5 years for us to run out. It's finally about to happen. Within the next month or two. Pretty much right at the 5-year mark. Because they came out, I believe, October of 2019. It's kind of weird how I remember some of those dates. Because I don't remember every update time for this game. But I do remember that one. I think the reason why was pre-pandemic. I've lost all sense of time pretty much after that point. Every year is just the same year. Yeah, 2019 was the last year I've had any concept of what time is. Time, what's that? Oh, 2 mana short. It's not worth it. I still have to do it though. Alright, we're getting really close to the point we should stop using this team. What zone are we in? Zone 3? Yeah, I mentioned this was the last zone we'll be able to get away with it in. But even here, I feel like we could barely even get away with it. It might be Ubistet time. My big concern with the Ubistet team, though, is how on earth we do in mana accumulation. Because I believe our option wasn't the greatest. To such a degree where I think Behemoth is still outpacing it. We All we have to do is just get double behemoth. Hope the second one refills the first, and then we're good to go.
Mana surge.
I'm pretty sure this is still quicker than switching. But we'll get deep enough where we have to go switch to Uber Step build.
Mana surge. Mana surge. Mana surge. Mana surge.
Every move looks so bad. Now let's get the full mana. Oh wait, I didn't even need the full mana there. Oh, actually, yes I did. Never mind. I guess I did because we could have just done the green guy on him. Alright, we found a door. We have a double path and a single path. I'm going to do a double and go down, I guess. Got legendary disappointment. I didn't see the other chat there, but yeah, that's funny. That's pretty much what I expect from every dead end. Even the non-legendary ones. A legendary amount of disappointment. We're still 6 months without a bounty troop, by the way. Or not bounty troop. Also almost 7 months. We're almost 7 months without a Underspire dead end troop. Based on how I understand the rates to work, we're probably like 4 times over drop rate. Definitely at least 3 times over drop rate.
Mana surge. Mana surge. Mana surge.
You got 2 sentinels last week? Nice. I just want to see one to know they exist again. Is something you'll never say. Ah, that's funny. Someone actually did get 2 the other week, though. So I was mentioning the other day. You got the blue one last week for your 3rd? Nice. Yeah, we're still holding out for our 3rd. You know it's going to be a repeat, though. Like, we're finally going to get our 3rd, and it's just going to be technically our 2nd. Because it's going to be a repeat of one. It's going to be the worst feeling ever when we finally do get one after 7 months. Let's get 2 of the same one.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
We're getting close to that level up. Just seeing if you are reading chat. I read your responses. It's just sometimes you say really weird things and then I ignore it.
Mana surge.
As long as they're normal, I'll read it.
Mana surge.
It might not be verbally, but I do read it.
Mana surge.
You only have 1 sentinel, it's on your alt account. Ooh. Oh, double dead end room. The lowest ones we've seen, but hey. Still a chance. Please, I just want to see one to know it exists. Also, we are still handing out 3 redeem codes on whatever day we finally get this, by the way. Whenever we get our 3rd sentinel, it has to be a new one though. But whenever we get our 3rd new sentinel, we will hand out 3 codes extra during that stream. 2 torches, classic. Let me guess, this one's gonna give us 1 torch.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
I feel like Underspire is just a really long slot machine. Yet the funny part is, I still feel like it's one of the better modes in the game. It's just the rate for the troops are just abysmal. But the overall gameplay loop and everything for it, I actually do like a lot. Just the reward system could definitely see a bit of a tweak. Like most things in this game. Like, it's a good premise, it's just the reward system's awful. Though, in all fairness, Underspire's reward system is not bad. Only the dead-end reward system is. The actual reward system for Underspire is the whole reason why we even do it every week. It's actually absurdly good in the current state of the game. Giving you double gold or potentially double silver if you spend $2 a month. As well as a bunch of other knick-knack loot. I was gonna say, that weapon position's kind of bad because it's gonna block my brown. Yet, we get so much brown it didn't even matter at all. How deep are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's a chance. Probably just gonna be merchant, though. We're gonna get merchanted. I probably should have taken that yellow. Could have full mana on the weapon. As long as it's 2 yellow. Oh no! He drained me! Never mind. I was gonna say, as long as we hit 2 yellow with that, we'll be fine. But, nope. We got drained before we could. No! We didn't get merchanted. Well, let's go take the other path now. Full scout the place. Oh gosh, it's gonna be one of those kind of weeks. That's not ideal. The worst part is I won't even be able to do the boss room because I have exactly 5 left. And it's going to take 6 to get there. So we're going to be able to peek at the boss room but not actually do it today. Which I was expecting to at least step foot into Zone 4. We didn't even get to Zone 4. We're getting to the look at the boss room of Zone 3. Not ideal. Could have still gotten worse, but we are a bit behind. But that will happen when you full scout like 1.5 floors. Oh gosh, we got a double path. I can still make a mistake too. It's not even guaranteed that we get the right path. Watch, we want to make a bet one of these goes into another double as well. We're gonna get the double. Okay, we didn't get silence. He does have impervious, so he doesn't need the silence, of course, in that impervious. Ooh, double single path. Honestly, that kind of makes this worse, because now I don't know which way to go. I'll go right, I guess. Which, let me guess, this is the wrong way! It was the path we didn't take that's the right way. Wait, does that do damage to last slot? It must be random enemy. There's no way this weapon does damage to last slot. This would be damage to random enemy. Yep, that's what I thought. 3 damage to random enemy. It's not the type of weapon that would do last slot damage. Not like they really do that much anyways. No! We went the double dead end path. 1, 2, 3, 4. No! Well, I'm still taking it. But yeah, I chose the wrong path. And the reason I'm still going here is because we're already here. Come on, blue, blue, blue. Nah, I didn't destroy the right one. Oh, should I take a free brown though? Whoops. Luckily, he did not stop it at all, other than creating gems over it. Oh, an epic room though. I think we've gotten like every rarity so far to stream, oddly enough. And that kind of funny. Yeah, not bad. Hey, we actually have some damage to deal with that for once. Alright, moment of truth. Do we get anything? Is tonight the night? Or is it an epic amount of disappointment? Oh, it had a little delay there for a second. Vault key. It's not horrible. Relative to what it can give us, it's not bad, but I am not impressed. Also, I just realized, have I ever even gotten an epic vault key from a dead end before? I feel like the answer is yes, but I don't recall it happening. I think we have once, ever. It's like our 4th vault key or so, but we have gotten epic vault key once. Pretty sure it's from like a mythic room or something. Which I'm pretty sure is the only thing it could even drop from, which makes sense. But anyways, yeah, we'll probably end it there for now. We used up every last battle we have. Got every daily done, got every weekly done. Well, not really weekly, you know, as far as we can do them today. So yeah, tomorrow we will be doing pretty much the entirety of Bounty Hunter. We're not going to be covering a video for it like we normally don't. Just because it's the same team every time, basically. I just don't feel like there's much of a need to really cover it. Because other than one troop, it is basically the same team every single time we ever do it. But tomorrow night we will be doing the entirety of Bounty Hunter most likely. Might spread it out a little bit, but we might just go do the whole thing. Or at least, you know, as far as we can go with the amount of sigils we have. That'll be the game plan. Probably buy into like tier 5, do the 3-1 method. Where you run 2 max Bounty Hunter troops, 1 Bounty Hunter captain, and then whatever your damage source is. Which of course we're going to be running Stellarix. And just quick kill it. Takes like an hour, not even. And we'll be good to go. But that'll be our game plan for tomorrow night. I hope you all have a wonderful week, a wonderful weekend. And I'll see you guys soon. Catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.